CM 365, all about Carnatic music.
Sri Tyagaraja was indeed a great master, I would say, in terms of creating new ragas by the deletion of, kind of one note or two notes from the Sampurna scale. And he was also a trendsetter in this aspect, I would say, because after him, the composers who created new ragas also adopted this methodology. Where you see that we have a 7-note Melagartha or a Sampurna scale. In that, by deleting one note, a new raga emerges. But the point here is not about just the creation of a scale by the deletion of a note. The point here is about how he created a beautiful composition in that particular ragam to establish its identity. And here also we have to, when you keenly observe, you see that at every point of time, he makes it very clear to you the identity of the ragam as to what makes it so distinct. That particular phrase is reiterated at every point of time of the composition, and so that gives it a very clear picture. In this context, we will take two ragas for exploration today here. One is of course Suddha Simantini, in which he created the composition Janaki Ramana, and another is Simha Vahini, Nenarunchara Na Paini Sala. And this Simha Vahini as well as Suddha Simantini are his own creations, and he himself has created only one composition in this particular ragam. And I really do not know of any other composer who has really composed in these two ragams. So we look into the two compositions to see how he has very tactfully and beautifully established the ragam. First we will take the ragam Suddha Simantini. Suddha Simantani is a janya of the 8th Mela Todi. And Todi, we all know, is a very, very powerful ragam, and to really establish something emerging from it and to give it a character is quite challenging. But Tyagaraja does it very tactfully. The opening line itself, where before you even think that whether this is Todi or what, he immediately gives you a phrase which makes you understand that okay, this is a janya of Todi, but then it's very, very distinct. Like for example, Janaki Ramana Shri Janaki Garisa. So before you think probably something relating to Todi, it is definitely Padasa. Then again, Bhakta Parijata Bahi Padasa Sadapa. So both ways he establishes the fact that the Arona and the Avarona, you don't have the Nishada as Sarigama Padasa Sadapa Bagarisa. Then when he proceeds into the Anupallavi also, you see that this Padasa Sadapa is continuously focused so that the identity is retained. Like for example, Gana Lola Ganata Mala Nila Karuna Lavala Suguna Shila. So in the Madhya side, that Padasa Sadapa is again focused. Then Charanam again goes back. Rattanali Nadala Nayana Nrupala Ramaniya Nanasapadasa. So where you saw that though he created a very small minor ragam Suddha Simantani out of a gigantic ragam Todi, he was able to, through his musical virtuosity, I would say, establish this as a ragam by itself. Another ragam which I was mentioning to you is Simha Vahini, which is a janya of the ragam Sarasangi. Sarasangi, we all know, takes Sarigama Padanisa Sanida Pamagarisa. The only difference between Sarasangi and Simha Vahini is that in the Arohanam, the Rishabha is not there. So it becomes like Sagama Padanisa. here in the Avaronam, all the 7 notes are there. Sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. So obviously you would have understood that here sa ga ma is the key phrase or the signature phrase of Simhavahini. See how beautifully he establishes that in the opening phrase itself, like which gives us an indication that in the Avarohana all the notes come in their proper order. Then na pai ni chale nenarun chara na pai ni chale gani da sudanu gada shri rama nenarun chara. Again, the Anupallavi same that saga. Salakadi yogi vrintavaldya pada Sangeetha vasa sadbhakta poshanenarunchara saga magaresa. That saga, which is as I said the key phrase of this particular Simhavahini, is established there also. Then again the Charanam. Talli tandri guru daivamu nivani taruchuganu ninnu nammiyunna sasagama. So these 2 compositions are a few, I would say just the 2 among the number of Vinta Ragas or the rare ragas that were created by Tyagaraja, and probably there are only 1 composition of his only, I would say, in these particular ragams. The point here, of course, is how he laid the path for future composers also, in the sense that when you create a ragam from a Sampurna ragam, what is the thing which actually differentiates that particular ragam from the Sampurna? That area has to be explored and focused properly to give identity to the ragam. And there I think that Tyagaraja was indeed a master, a class apart by himself.
CM 365, all about Carnatic music.